In this video, I want to address a very common question I get from students saying that I get a lot of traffic, but no sales. Why?
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
I want to point to your attention that not all traffic is the same. To you, in your analytics package, it looks like 1, 2, plus 1, plus 2. They're numbers, but they're actually human beings. All of them are different. You're getting them at different times of the day. They want different things. They're browsing different websites. They all are individuals, and you need to make sure that you're getting ones that are ready to buy. If you're getting bad traffic, they're not going to be buying no matter what. So the first thing to do would be to start examining, are they good leads? They're human. Well, they're human unless you bought, like fake traffic from a site like Fiverr, where a lot of people are selling you traffic, but you don't know where this traffic is coming from. You don't know who they are. And most likely the person selling that traffic to you, they're cutting some corners and you're really just hoping for the best, but you don't even know if those people are really human. Now, let's imagine that they are human and they're not coming from some cheap freelancer on Fiverr. The first thing to ask is that traffic within the niche of what you're selling? For example, if you're selling cooking supplies and you're getting random people, like absolutely a random selection, it's traffic, sure, but you have no idea whether they like cooking or not, or whether they need some cooking product you're selling or not. So if you're not getting traffic from the same interest area as what you're selling, they're just not going to buy. And even if you are getting traffic in the same interest area, for example, soccer supplies. Well, there are so many different soccer supplies. Maybe you're selling blue socks. Maybe they want red soccer socks. And so for that reason, they don't buy. So actually, the traffic really has to be that targeted. The more targeted it is specifically for what they want, they'll buy. But if it's not targeted, they're just not going to buy. The next question is, are they engaged? Do they know about your brand? Are they familiar with your brand, with your work, or is it the first time they're coming across your products? If it's the first time they're coming across your products, the likelihood of them buying is a lot smaller. Studies typically show that it takes people about 7 to 10 engagements with a brand, like just seeing a brand come across, until they buy from that brand. So people don't just buy from the first time. Next, do they actually need what you are selling? If you're promoting on social media, maybe people are browsing, but they might not actually be needing that thing that you are selling now. And they're not showing you any kind of sign that they need it. You're just hoping for the best. Another thing is the demographics of your traffic. It's easy to get cheap traffic, especially if you're on ads, in countries that are not affluent. But often countries, let's say they're third world countries, you can get cheap traffic from there, but very often they just don't buy. And even if they want to buy, often they don't have mobile banking set up. And maybe your buying traffic would come from a certain country and your actual traffic is coming from a different country. And you can tell that in your Google Analytics. And that's just one example of their demographics. You should also look into the typical age, affluence level, and so on of your buyers versus your actual traffic. Now, moving on, one way to tell how much they want your product is whether they're coming from search. If you're bombarding them on social media randomly or with your ads randomly, you have no way of knowing if they need your product right now, or if they're busy, or if they're doing something else. But if they are searching, great. You know that when people search, they want something that they search for and they want it right now. And the depth of the search and the specificity of the search actually matters a lot. Because if people want blue soccer socks and you offer blue soccer socks, that's great. But if you only have red soccer socks, the conversion rate is going to be much lower. So you see, it has to be that precise, and the more specific, the higher your conversion will be. And if your conversion is low, it could be that either they're not coming from search, or they don't know much about your brand, or if they are coming from search, it may be a slightly wrong search term. Also, is the traffic coming from desktop or mobile? On mobile, a lot of people browse, but because it's the phone, it's a lot harder to buy. It's harder to read the description. People get distracted more because of all the text messages they're getting, and most people find it more comfortable to navigate the web and actually buy and enter their credit card on a desktop. So that could be a source of why your conversion might be low. The next thing to check is whether your price is right and whether other details about your product listing are right. Of course, you'll feel and you'll hope that it's right, but only your potential buyers will tell you what was wrong. If you can't get a hold of your potential buyers, get feedback on your sales page from everybody you can, including friends and family. Also, your sales page, does it look professional? Is the copywriting good? Including, is the grammar correct? Because a lot of people will get turned off if your grammar is off. And very importantly, something that a lot of people skip, look at your competitive listings. You think that people are only coming to your sales page, but no one shops this way almost. Most people shop by looking at a few different competitors, finding the best ones. If people are not buying from you, look at what your competitors are doing on their sales page. Maybe their sales page is better, and that's actually helpful because if you do find something better about them, borrow that and use it on your site so that you'll have more of the good elements that your competitors have, and that will hopefully increase your sales conversion rate. So those are the things to look through. They're the debugging steps of, if you're having this issue, I'm getting traffic, I'm not getting sales. These are the steps to take your process, and very likely you'll find a lot of clues of why the sales aren't happening.